travel chaos. The highest wait times in TSA history, right in the middle of the spring break travel crush.
We missed our flight after being in line for like 4 hours.
This morning, the major airports getting hit the hardest. Is there any end in sight? Landmark verdict in the social media addiction trial. Meta and YouTube found negligent for harming a teen's mental health. Families outside court celebrating what the verdict means and what comes next. And the story behind Love Story.
I love you. I love you too.
As the hit series gears up for its finale,
Carolyn?
the new record it set, the style captivating audiences, and the hotspot haunts beloved by JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette. It's time for GMA3.
Love Me Like You Do. Yeah. I love that song. Hello, everyone. I'm Rhiannon Alley.
And I'm Ginger Z here with Morgan Norwood. We are so glad that you could join us this Thursday.
Yeah, good to be with you guys. A lot coming up here on GMA3, including small changes that could have a big impact on your heart. We're talking about the new study that found small improvements to your sleep, diet, and exercise could reduce your risk of major heart problems. Dr. Tara Narula is here with those details.
I looked ahead 11 minutes and it could save you? Oh, I'm listening. Also, it is day 3 of Deals and Steals Spring Fun, and Tori Johnson is back with savings to help you gear up for the season, all 50% off.
Oh, we love Tori and her deals, but we do want to begin with the travel chaos across the country as travelers are facing the longest wait times in history. Many wondering, how long is this going to last? Whit Johnson is tracking it all for us from JFK Airport in New York City. Whit, what do you think?
Hey, Rhiannon. Well, it's been a mess here on and off throughout the day here at JFK. And with these lines getting longer, thousands of TSA officers calling out day after day, the administration is sending more ICE agents to airports across the country. And now President Trump is warning he may have to call up the National Guard to help out. The partial government shutdown now hitting day 41 amid the spring break travel crush. Nationwide, more than 11% of TSA officers calling out Tuesday, with nearly 40% not showing up to major airports in New York, Atlanta, New Orleans, and Houston. At George Bush Intercontinental Airport, officials are warning of lines lasting up to 4 hours today. The acting TSA chief saying travelers are now experiencing the longest wait times in history. About 50,000 TSA officers now going nearly a month without pay. For some, this is their second government shutdown since October, and now they're working alongside those ICE agents who are still getting paid. Meanwhile, in Washington, the stalemate continues. Still no deal to end the partial government shutdown, and senators are set to take a 2-week recess starting tomorrow. Rhiannon?
Incredibly frustrating for passengers. What are airlines doing to try to help passengers?
Well, Rhiannon, we've seen that some of the longest lines are usually during those peak hours of morning and evening. So some major airlines like Delta and United are offering waivers for travelers to be able to change their flights without additional fees. But those offers are limited to the specific airports seeing some of the worst issues. Guys?
But it's certainly good to see the airlines trying to help out in this situation, because those wait times are
They don't want them to miss them either.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, we turn now to the landmark decision. Meta and YouTube both found negligent in a social media addiction trial. The verdict putting a spotlight on mental health and the potential harms linked to those popular apps. Our Elizabeth Schulze has that story. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hey, Morgan, so this is a landmark verdict that could open the floodgates to more lawsuits alleging that social media companies harmed kids and teens. A jury in California found that Meta's Instagram and Google's YouTube designed their apps to be addictive. The jury awarding $6 million to the 20-year-old at the center of this case named Kaylee. She testified that she started watching YouTube at age 6. At 9, she was on Instagram. At one point, she spent 16 hours in one day on Instagram. Kaylee claims that features like push notifications and beauty filters got her hooked and led to body image issues, anxiety, and depression. So during this 7-week trial, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg defended safety features on the apps. He was also confronted on the stand over internal Meta documents that showed back in 2015 the company estimated that there were more than 4 million users under the age of 13 on Instagram, about 30% of all 10 to 12-year-olds in the U.S. Now, Meta and YouTube say that they disagree with this verdict and will appeal. In a statement, YouTube said that it's a video streaming service, not a social media company, and Meta added that it is confident in its record protecting teens online. Morgan.
You know, Elizabeth, you've been doing a lot of reporting on this for the past year or so, and you know that we're likely to see more lawsuits like this going forward. Talk to me about the implications that could come from this.
Yeah, Morgan, some are calling this a big tobacco moment for big tech. This verdict paves the path for thousands of similar lawsuits by families, by states and school districts seeking damages and also seeking changes to how these apps work, guys.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. All right, now we turn to Major Day for opening day at Major League Baseball. Yes, Ike Ejiochi is at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia, where the Phillies are hosting the Texas Rangers. Ike, a great day for baseball.
Oh my gosh, Ginger, it is a phenomenal day for baseball. Listen, it is opening day, okay? 22 teams, 11 games, and fans from coast to coast waiting to hear that first crack of the bat. And I gotta tell you, the fans right here in Philadelphia, they're fantastic. They're waiting for that first pitch later today when they take on the Texas Rangers. And are you guys excited for that? Oh yeah, they're fired up. But I gotta say, the MLB action, it actually began last night when the New York Yankees took on the San Francisco Giants. The Yanks opening their season with the 7-0 shutout of the Giants at Oracle Park, breaking the game open with a 5-run second inning. Now, Yankee star Aaron Judge, he struck out 4 times. It's the first time in his career that he went hitless during opening day. However, the rest of the lineup definitely picked up the slack for him. But the real talk out west wasn't just about the score, it was about the future of baseball. Robot umpires. It's the new automated ball and strike challenge system. Players, they can now challenge a pitch in real time, and a quick replay shows whether the call stands or changes, all thanks to tracking tech that's making its regular season debut. And get this, guys, it's not just about the rules that are new. Ballparks are stepping up their food game, too. Citi Field in New York just took the title of Best Ballpark Food in America, featuring everything from Mookie Wilson's barbecue to a roast pork sandwich that's already getting rave reviews. And even out in Seattle, the Mariners fans over there, they're grabbing their nachos and chicken tenders in souvenir ferry boats. That's how far fan food is sailing these days. You see what I just did there, guys? A little something there. Anyway, opening day here. It's really, really fun. These fans are fired up. They're pumped. They know they're going to beat the Texas Rangers later today. And I cannot wait till that first pitch comes right down Main Street.
Love it. Ike, thank you. And I heard that he is not a Phillies fan, but wore that gear all day. You look good in it. I don't know.
You're selling it. You're selling it, Ike.
Thank you, Ike. Coming up here on GMA3, the small changes that you can make that could have a big impact on your heart health.
We are back now with the GMA Health Alert. New research finds that making just small changes to your sleep, diet, and exercise could really dramatically reduce your risk of a heart attack and stroke. Our chief medical correspondent, Dr. Tara Narula, is here to talk more about this new study. Hello, welcome.
Hello,
nice
thank you. Good morning, all of you.
Yes, okay,
good afternoon, actually.
Good afternoon. Let's talk about this new study.
Yes, so we talk a lot about how things like exercise, diet, and sleep might affect our risk of cardiovascular disease, but we don't often look at them all together and what that impact might be in terms on reducing risk of cardiovascular disease. So this study, they looked at about 50,000 individuals in the UK, average age of about 63, followed them for 8 years. They gave them wearables to track their sleep and exercise and asked them about their diet. And they found that, in fact, optimal health looked like this. It looked like about 8 to 9 hours per sleep per day, 42 to 100 minutes of moderate to vigorous physical exercise per day, and a modest diet. That reduced the risk of things like heart failure, heart attack, and stroke by about 57%. And just little changes, and you mentioned this before, but adding 11 minutes of sleep, 4.5 minutes of moderate to vigorous physical activity, and a quarter cup of vegetables, you can tell your kids that, decreased the risk of these events by about 11 or 10%.
Wow. That's still a pretty big jump.
Which is pretty significant. Yeah. And so when they looked at what had the biggest impact, it was moderate to vigorous physical exercise. That seemed to be bigger than even sleep and diet. And the biggest impact was on reduction of heart failure as opposed to heart attack and stroke, although all of those they saw benefits with.
Makes sense. And then, so each individually can help, but why are the three together so important?
Absolutely. So when you think about what each individual is doing, we're talking about reducing things like maybe blood pressure, reducing cholesterol, blood sugar, inflammation, but you think about the synergy between all of these things. So for example, when you sleep better, your appetite hormones go down. You may be more able or likely to exercise. When you exercise, you might have better sleep. When you eat better, you might want to exercise more. So there really is this kind of synergy between all of these three things. So we talk about the tiny little changes and how over time, when you look back, that investment really adds up, and how these lifestyle changes are just as important as medication. So a lot of people don't want to take pills, and maybe they don't have to. Some do, but certainly the lifestyle is just as important to think about. And it does take work and investment, but the payoff is big.
It's not always easy, but these are little things that hopefully people can do.
That's right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Coming up, Love Story's season finale inside the record-setting series about JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette as we count down to the finale. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Back now with top news, and our girl Hannah Batah is here. What's up, girl?
We've got a full couch. This is fun. Hey, guys. Well, we are all about the love and pop news today because we are gearing up for the final episode of the wildly popular limited series Love Story, JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette. Over the last 6 weeks, 52 million hours of the show have been streamed on Disney Plus and Hulu, making this FX's most streamed limited series. Here's a look at tonight's episode.
I would advise a separation.
That's not what I had in mind.
How do we know we won't hurt each other?
We don't. But there's the one thing in my life I'm destined for. I love you.
I love you too.
Chills.
Chills. It all leads up to this. The final episode airs tonight at 9 p.m. on FX, and it'll stream tomorrow on Hulu and Disney Plus. And what's a love story without some great music? The hit limited series features some amazing tunes from the 80s and 90s, and viewers are absolutely loving it. Ahead of the finale tonight, Spotify compiled its most streamed songs from the series. Coming in at number 3, the aptly named Kiss Me by Sixpence None the Richer, which you can hear in the very first episode. At number 2, It Ain't Over Till It's Over by Lenny Kravitz.
A bop.
Oh yeah, these are the best throwbacks ever. And topping the list, a remake of the beloved Tears for Fears hit Head Over Heels by pop band Japanese Breakfast. It plays during the trailer, and Spotify says the song's global listens have increased 18,000%. It's having more than just a moment.
Yes, the soundtrack is everything on this. That's the way I wrapped my husband into watching it with me. I was like, wait till you hear the music.
I mean, the 80s and 90s, it doesn't get better than that. And finally, because of the show, everything from the 90s seems to be seeing a resurgence, including the restaurants and bars that JFK Jr. and Bessette frequented. Will Gans has more on the real-life couple's favorite places. Hey, Will.
And you're looking
dressed the part.
Thank you. For some reason, I can't believe it took me this long to try out a hat like this or a sweater vest like this. Over the last 7 days, you guys, searches for Bubby's, which has been a fan favorite restaurant here in New York since 1990, are up more than 110% on TikTok alone as fans of Love Story fall in love with the same food, the same fashion, and 90s era New York City that JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette fell in love with all those years ago, and with pretty good reason. Check it out. It's officially FX's most watched limited series ever on Disney Plus and Hulu. But even this great TV love story must come to an end.
You know what else I love? I love you.
But fan hype around the hit drama has all things 90s on trend once again.
We all think we're Carolyn Bessette.
And JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette's Tribeca haunts are now surging in popularity, many of them right outside our door. So why don't we take in the sights JFK Jr. style? I've got the hat, the glasses, and the suit. Now all I need is the bike. They might not have had these in the 90s, but we're working with what we've got. So the helmet might be an add-on, but hey, bike safety laws have changed since the 90s. You a fan of Love Story? Recognize the outfit? One of the couple's favorite spots featured in this scene. This is the Odeon, French bistro where John introduces Carolyn to his friends for the first time in the show.
It's a pleasure.
And just up the street, a favorite for a nightcap and a burger, right next door to the couple's apartment. This is their apartment, and this is Walker's, a cozy neighborhood pub that's been here since the 1880s, and that's popular amongst locals, visitors, and lately, fans of Love Story. But in this neighborhood, nothing gets lines of Love Story lovers quite like Bubby's. Time for breakfast. Bubby's started as a pie shop in 1990, expanding into a beloved brunch spot known for its fluffy and delicious pancakes. Delicious. better than TV. A favorite spot for the Bissett sisters in the show.
Wow, God, really don't feel like having my picture taken right now.
And Love Story superfans today.
I'm at Bubby's because it's a classic staple and because they come here in the show.
Listen, biking around the city burns a lot of calories, so I'm gonna carbo load and hide out from all that paparazzi out there. Maybe they're on a lunch break too. Can we edit that out? No paparazzi, no problem. The cool thing about this show is that fans of all generations and backgrounds and interests are into it. When we were there earlier this week, no lie, Chip and Joanna Gaines were eating there.
No
They
way.
said they loved the show and came to Bubby's for a JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bissett approved breakfast.
I love that. Fans are really loving this. Our thanks to Will Gans. And coming up, Tori Johnson is here to help us gear up for spring. We got Deals and Steals coming up next.
Welcome back to GMA3. There's a live look at Citi Field, which was just named the best food at a ballpark. Yep. They are hosting their opening day today against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Good luck to all the teams playing today. And tomorrow on GMA, we are going to bring you to Broadway. We have a special performance by the sensational cast of Wicked. It's a classic, and we can't wait.
Oh, truly. And we are also hitting the home stretch in our 50 states in 50 weeks with the 36th state, Nevada. The Silver State is a whole lot more than just the Vegas Strip, but of course we're going to go there too.
Gotta go to Vegas. And then next week we have Nonstop Stars live right here in our studio. Olivia Munn will tell us about the new season of Your Friends and Neighbors. And then Grammy winner Brandy tells us about her new memoir. And then Zendaya, she's coming, and everyone is of course buzzing about her red carpet photos for her new movie, the drama. Do those rings actually mean what we think they mean?
That is the question.
The fans are really buzzing about that too.
All right, can't wait for the answers to that. But now to Vince Vaughn. He is doing double duty on screen in a new action comedy playing a time-traveling gangster. Trevor Alt talked with the actor about starring with himself. And he joins us now, Trevor.
Hey, Ginger. Yeah, Vince Vaughn is very used to people quoting Vince Vaughn lines at him. It happens with his fans basically every time he goes out. And filming this new movie was a little bit like that. He's sharing some biting banter and also some intense action scenes with himself.
He's been a fixture in some of the most famous and most quoted comedies of all time.
Stage 5, Virgin, Klinger.
Now Vince Vaughn is back, pulling double duty in the new action comedy Mike and Nick and Alice.
What's happening?
I'm you.
But I'm from the future.
I came back in a time machine. You sound insane.
No, I understand.
So it's Mike and Nick and Alice, and you play Nick and Nick.
That's correct.
How did you like working with Vince Vaughn?
God, he was great.
Talented guy.
I really enjoyed that guy.
Yeah.
Easygoing. Yeah. No, it was fun. It was fun playing both parts because they're the same character just at different stages in their life.
I thought you were a clone.
Well, clones aren't real, dummy.
And time machines are super grounded in reality. Yeah, obviously.
There's a lot of action, a lot of fights, and it's so well done.
Do they record you and then play it back when you switch to the other character? How does that work?
Yeah, the technology was interesting, and the timing becomes important. So you can have hear your voice in your ear for what you recorded because you have to sort of match it. It's me acting all the scenes, but it feels as if you have two Nicks.
If there's one thing that I feel like people know about Vince Vaughn, it's this guy likes to go off book.
Sure.
Which I would imagine makes it tough to then play off of later.
I agree, it's not an ideal situation.
It's a good question. You know, we had a good script, and David was really faithful to it. That being said, there's moments from not just myself, but other actors where things come up or we're playful or things happen. And when that would happen, you would just sort of work off of what you did.
With his famously loose and often improvisational delivery, Vaughn has created countless signature movie moments with dialogue that's become part of our cultural lexicon, from swingers.
But you are so money and you don't even know it.
To old school.
Earmuffs.
To Wedding Crashers.
Lock it up.
It's one thing to have a hit movie, but like you're talking about being in the fabric of culture.
Well, one thing I always did was I would try to write original slang or take existing slang and advance it so that you're not just repeating stuff that's going on. You just find new ways of saying something.
I think your kids are teenagers now.
My daughter is, yeah, she's 15. My son is right before he's 12.
Do they have interest in Vince Vaughn movies?
I never really, it'd be so weird. I never showed them a lot. But they, sometimes they would go to friends' houses and their parents would show them, which is strange. They come home and say, oh, I saw this. I said, really? They said, yeah, they put it on. I said, oh, that's weird.
You've got to be constantly asked about potential sequels of these classics, though, right?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, there's been thoughts of them. We've been close on some, but you got to have a good idea. You don't want to just repeat it to repeat it. I mean, that was part of some of the fun with Mike, Nick, and Alice, is it's an original idea. And if there comes a time where there's a sequel that makes sense, hopefully it's as good as the original.
And a couple other Vince Vaughn facts we picked up from this interview. He still regularly plays Dungeons and Dragons with a group of his friends. He's also the majority owner of a professional 50 and older pickleball team. Mike and Nick and Alice is available on streaming tomorrow on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+.
Love those fun facts.
Yeah.
What range? You wouldn't expect anything less from Vince Vaughn, right? Right. Thanks, Trevor. Well, it is time now for Deals and Steals, and Tori Johnson has been getting us ready for spring all week, and she's back with more great savings. 50% off too, right?
Always, baby. Yeah. Starting with Laura Mercier, making their finally GMA Deals debut. I was just telling you guys, and you were telling me this is like going old school for you.
Yes,
right?
Well, the first I remember a professional makeup artist saying, "This is the brand."
This is the brand. Well, if you believe this is the brand, today's your day to get in on it. We've got everything from decadent skincare. You guys can take a little swipe there. We've got their lipsticks. They're most well known for their iconic eyeshadow pencils that are amazing to be able to use across your lid because they're kind of like a life-proof formula. They're not gonna, they're sweat-proof, crease-proof, just fabulous. We've got all of the shades as well as foundation. Everything's 50% off plus free shipping from Laura Mercier.
Love it. And I love their setting powders too. They're amazing.
Of course, the setting powder. 11,000 positive reviews on that.
Is this perfume?
Next, yes. Okay, so here is, take a little, tell you want, you can pick that up. That's that's Seville orange. That's a rose.
Oh,
you
my
can pick that up. This is Indian jasmine, and this is a new way to enjoy fragrance. It's a perfume oil. And so they take one signature note and they blend that with a baobab oil that is unbelievably moisturizing, nourishing for your skin. So it's a it's a powerful, potent scent, and then you can refresh it throughout the day with the corresponding mist. So the mist is just a lighter version of it to be able to use. The studio is divided on favorite fragrances here. You can't go wrong when it's Nest. Everything's slashed in half.
It smells so good.
Biossance. This is another fan favorite. Over 100 beauty awards. So that one right there, Ginger, that is their firming lifting oil. That is one that is like, everyone asks me, when's it coming back? Today, you guys, it's here. We also have the corresponding moisturizer. We've got an overnight treatment. We've got the eye creams. This is all based on squalane oil, is the hero ingredient in every single product. So again,
oil?
Yep. So again, very nourishing. All 50% off plus from Biossance, free shipping.
I love an oil.
Yes.
Good.
How about a sneaker?
Let's get sneakers.
This is No Bull.
So
you might recognize these from your social media feeds.
Yep.
So Livy Dunn, Tom Brady, both not just put their face to it, but put their money into this brand as part owners. It's this is the all-day knit, so it's very lightweight, as you can see, but very sturdy, comfortable cushioning. So this is the shoe that's designed to literally go all day, from your workout to kind of the hustle bustle of your busy life. And then we've got the more structured 365. All of the options for men and women, half price.
I love that. And such good colors too. Yeah.
Beautiful colors.
Light us up.
Light us up. How about you want to tap that?
I love
tap that little. Yeah. So no outlet, no problem. Indoors or outdoors. So imagine like next to the couch. If you don't have an outlet, but you want some beautiful light on a table, these are beautiful. We also have their new garden lamps. These can go right into the ground, into the soil. These are phenomenal. Zaffarano is like the leader in this space of these cordless, rechargeable, all 50% off, and they are offering free shipping. Yes,
perfect.
That's
I don't use the big light in my house. It's always lamp
little
lighting.
Lamps. Yeah, and so if you don't have a plug, sometimes you're out of luck. Modern Sprout. Sometimes you don't have the right lighting, you don't have a green thumb, you don't have the right season. Modern Sprout takes care of all of that by making these really great grow kits. So there's seeds, there's jar kits, mugs, even a candle you burn, and then you can turn the vessel into a planter. This kit may be my favorite Seek piece. You grow lavender, you get a little meditation time out, and you get 50% off everything from Modern Sprout.
Oh, love that. Tori, thank you so much for getting us ready for spring. And of course, we partner with all these great companies and these great products, and you can get them at gmadeals.com or scan that QR code on your screen right there. And then, Tori, we know that you're back tomorrow with even more deals, so we will see you then. Well, coming up, the stars of Paradise are also here. Julianne Nicholson and Thomas Doherty telling us about season 2 of the hit show that so many fans are loving. Stay with us.
We're back now with GMA3 with the stars of the hit show Paradise. You know Julianne Nicholson as Sinatra and Thomas Doherty as Link. Only the season finale is left, and the episode this past week was a doozy. So it is great to have you both here. We have enjoyed talking with you so far, but let me go ahead and start with you. Your character, Sinatra, won you 1 of 2 Emmy nominations. Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
What is it about the character and the performance that got those accolades?
I think that she's not your usual villain. You know, she's not like this mustache twirling bad guy, but I think there's more going on there. And I think people actually, I feel like the audience wants to like her, but she keeps giving them reasons not to. And so it's sort of a love-hate. I love Dan Fogelman's writing, and I think he just wrote this really complicated, layered person. And I've never been the bad guy. So it's been really fun to be a woman and the most powerful person in the room.
Yes. She is really hard to hate. Like, you make her so lovable, I feel like. Thomas, you just joined the cast this season. What's it been like to join this world, which, I mean, it's really its own world? What's that been like?
I mean, incredible. I mean, it was really cool that we kind of started off season 2, so we kind of got adjusted before the rest of the cast came in. But I mean, yeah, I love season 1. I've always wanted to work with Dan Fogelman. And then, I mean, working with people like Julianne Nicholson, it's like it's a masterclass in acting, you know? And I'm the same way. I associated her with Sinatra, as that's who she was, and she's just the sweetest, cheekiest, funniest person. And I was like, okay, it's going to be harder. But no, it's been incredible.
Well, we can't wait, but for now, we want to see a clip. Let's take a look.
What do you really want?
One of your reactors.
No, I don't think so. If you know this much about what we have and how we operate, you know we wouldn't let you come in here and take something like that, so. So what do you really want? Medicine, weapons, shelter?
I'm here for Alex.
All just like leaning in, we're all just like sat, like what
I
a
have
scene.
to give a shout out to our music department and our sounds, everything to do with, because it just enhances every single moment. I mean, it's so effective the way they do it. They're just brilliant.
It really pulls you in. I'm curious, Julianne, how long do you think that you would last in an actual apocalypse?
I hope, God willing, I'll never have to find out, because I don't think I'm well suited to an apocalypse. Though my mom is an herbalist, and so I had like my younger years, we did a lot of camping. We lived in this cabin without electricity and running water, so I do have some experience with roughing it, if you will. But God willing, you'll never know.
So you'll have the herbalist. Thomas, how about you?
Yeah, I'm going to where she is. She sounds pretty
all
sad.
welcome.
Do you think you'd make it?
No, probably not. Probably. I like to think that I would be able to, but no, I probably wouldn't.
Well, Link makes it look easy.
Link does make it look easy.
I'm sure you'd be fine.
Yeah. I could pretend to survive.
Sure.
Thomas, so your co-star, one of your co-stars, Sterling K. Brown, spoke with George Stephanopoulos earlier this year and had something interesting to say about you. We're going to show a clip.
Speaking for the young ladies, yeah, he's single right now, but he probably won't be before the show is over.
Okay, so we're going to put you on the spot, Thomas. Are you still single for all the ladies out there?
You know, I am. I'm still single. I mean, not many people can...
Wow, yeah. Who is clapping?
Not many people can say that Sterling K. Brown is their wingman, you know?
Right.
So it's pretty cool. No, I'm single, but...
Not for long if Sterling has anything to do.
He seems like someone who gives really good love advice.
He sure is. He's definitely someone to look up to in all areas.
Definitely.
It seems like this cast really gets along very well. Are you guys all close?
We love each other.
Yeah.
It's so fun, and they're such genuine, decent people. So everybody just comes to set with no ego and gratitude and ready to do it. It's been such a joy, and Thomas has been such a fun addition. I loved our scenes together this year. It's been great.
Thank you so much. Okay, the season finale of Paradise streams this coming Monday on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+. Coming up, behind the scenes of Daredevil Born Again with stars Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio.
We're back now with Marvel's most daring superhero, back on the streets of New York City as Daredevil Born Again debuts season 2 of the hit series. Gio Benitez sat down with stars Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio to hear all about it.
Is it tough for you guys to keep those secrets?
It's become second nature, working for Marvel.
Hollywood superstars Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio may be invincible on the big screen, but right now they're trying not to get in trouble.
The difficulty becomes like remembering if something is a spoiler or not.
The Marvel actors are now preparing to launch the second season of their Disney Plus series, Daredevil Born Again.
I'm going to take this city back.
What about Daredevil? Connects with so many people.
You know, one of the wonderful things about the character is that so many people, and certainly the fans that we meet and talk to, really respond to someone who's had to overcome something, whether it be a physical disability or traumatic life episode, to find their strength and their greatest powers, as it were.
It's good versus evil.
Who's the good?
Me.
Spoken like a true villain.
We took a peek behind the scenes of season 2, visiting the set where this iconic blind lawyer turned comic book hero spends his work hours.
So we're inside the law office right now. Your second home.
Yes, although for reasons that I won't disclose, I don't spend a huge amount of time here in season 2.
Daredevil Born Again stars 43-year-old star Charlie Cox, who first stepped into the role over a decade ago in 2014.
It's so cool to be given that opportunity as an actor to play a character that has such kind of interesting, deep, emotional scenes, but then also has the fun and the enjoyment of all the action that we get to do.
But for every superhero, there must be a supervillain, the dark side to his light. For Daredevil, that nemesis is Kingpin, played by acting legend Vincent D'Onofrio.
It's hard to come to terms with a violent nature.
What was it about this character that made you say yes?
Well, I knew of the character because I had the Spider-Man comics that he was in when I was a kid, and I had one Daredevil comic, and I was just able to watch Charlie as Daredevil for the first time, and I was just thinking, oh my God, this is going to work. Like, this show is going to work. You knew at that moment. In that moment, I thought, okay, this guy's going to pull it off.
D'Onofrio and Cox drawing on Daredevil's storied past. The superhero first introduced in comic books back in 1964, and making his TV debut in 1989's The Trial of the Incredible Hulk.
That's a very noisy knife.
The new series focuses on the grittier side of the MCU, while Cox and D'Onofrio are tight-lipped about spoilers and those new rumors that Daredevil may have a part to play in this summer's Spider-Man Brand New Day. The duo is excited to already be shooting for the next season of their show.
I feel hugely grateful that here we are still making this show. Myself and I know Vincent is as well. We're as enthused and excited about these seasons as we've ever been.
For Good Morning America, Gio Benitez, ABC News, New York.
Oh, this looks good. The first episode of Daredevil Born Again Season 2 is streaming now on Disney Plus and Hulu with new episodes on Tuesdays. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
So that's going to do it for us here on GMA3.
Yes, for more news, check out what you need to know anytime on Disney Plus, and have a fantastic Thursday.
See you tomorrow.